welcome back to Vanessa's podcast. Let's enjoy a little bit of music. Today with us we have C.J. Grace from the Adulterer Wife book website. And so she's here with us. Hello and welcome. Ah, merci d'être là, ça fait plaisir. I see that you have wrote a new book, the Adulterer Wife book, and it's about infidelity. You have jealous tips in there, things for women to do. They, being cheated on. Tons of new information on that. Can you tell me more about it? I think it's very inspiring, and that's always the thing that holds us back, women, is that we always feel the need to be loved, be careful, and we want somebody to be romantic with us, to do all those things so we can live that romantic tale. And it seems to never happen. So when somebody cheats on us, we think we found that the dream partner, we get really angry. And the more you stay angry, the worse things get, right? Yeah, yeah. It's sad, but I'm sure the woman who thinks she's the least cheated on might be the one who's the most cheated on. Oh wow. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yeah, so you see all the worst and you just start, you just have that awful feeling inside, that feeling of revenge. Yeah. Mm. And it's painful. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, I have been cheated on, but it's funny because a lot of time when I have been cheated on, I didn't know, just like you. I didn't know until it was over. And sometimes it's even more painful when you discover afterward. Like it's all over and you had that wonderful loving story and then you discover and you start having flashback and re-question everything and and it just kind of crushed that whole vision that you had and that partnership that you had with that person. And for me, a lot of time it happened after. I'll discover 6 months later, a year later. Yeah. Hmm. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Much better. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And oh, that's right. You've been a journalist in the past. So tell me about that. Wow. Wow. Oh no. Mm. Awful. Mm. Uh-huh. Yeah. And the worst time. Hmm. That's terrible. And that is why it's so weird. One point of your life is so high, and you think you're living that wonderful, perfect romance, you know? You thought you had it all. You finally found the man in your life, and it was. And then when you discover it wasn't it, that's so disappointing. Yeah. Mm. Wow. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I used to think that too. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you don't know why one person decides to be with, that one specific person. It's better when it's not because of a need, because of needed to be valued by somebody. I know I always try to be valued when in the time in my life when I was low, and I didn't even know that's what I was seeking. When you're in those stage, when you're like kind of depressed and all this, you don't know that. You just know that you like the company, you like the compliments, and you like the way they make you feel, and but they easily can take all that away by crushing you. And once you get crushed, you start getting more crushed over and over, and that happens to so many other women out there who think that they need, yeah, and they need, and so they keep going out. They think, oh, this guy just hurt me so bad, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna get somebody else better. And that's how I used to think. So you go and you get somebody else, and they do the exact same thing. So, yep, yeah, hmm, oh, yeah, and you're not aware. And once you're aware, it's easier for you to detect, those fake guys. It's easier for you to make better selection. But when you have no self-esteem, you don't make a selection really. You just take what you find. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's not funny. Hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, that's not good because, yeah, they were all your husband's friends. So, yeah. So you're losing a lot. Hmm. Yeah, and sometimes it's too late to reclaim them, and you just have to move on. And when you can reclaim them, that's great. I've done the same mistake in the past, and it wasn't related to guys. Is where, my life went sour, or I had too many problems, or I was dealing with so many abusive relationships that in the meantime I wasn't paying attention of some of my friends trying to reconnect with me. I was too ashamed, and when you go into a bad cycle of abuse, um, you just too ashamed. You don't really want to bring that to your friends. So the time goes on, and you realize, when you're finally ready to come out to say, hey, I'm ready to go to a movie now, and it's been too long. Your friends have moved on. So that happens a lot too when people stay in abusive relationship for too long. Mm. Yeah, and sometimes they know how to seclude you really good, to get you to get totally isolated and lose every single relationship that you had on the outside. I remember the very first jealous boyfriend I had, who actually lasted longer than a month. It was the first time I was passing 3 months of relationship. I was about 20. He was extremely jealous and possessive, and each time I talked to a friend or we had somebody, a friend visiting, he would do anything to get my attention, to break the relationship I had. He just started to, say stop talking to that person, taking my phone, taking all my stuff away, and just kind of seclude me until I was just, it was just me and him, and that's it. And I wasn't able to go anywhere, talk to anybody, and he was just so jealous, and he was just so afraid I was gonna cheat on him, and so that's usually how it starts. And that was kind of like the first time I had someone like that. That was because they have no idea what it's. Yeah, yeah, and you try to understand them. You start with compassion. At first, you try to understand the way they think, and we didn't come from the same, culture. He was from Guatemala. He had, moved on his own. He was 12. Finished school at 12, basically, and never traveled. He didn't have the same mentality as me, and I was very compassionate, and I had traveled so many places already at 20. So my goal was to learn about him and how he was thinking, and I was trying to understand why he was so jealous and afraid. So I was trying to make please him, by not making him feel insecure. So that was how I was thinking at first, and at first it didn't stop me from still talking to friends and still having parties and go out. But then he got more and more aggressive, and he started insulting me, and then he got violent, and it came to a point where he was so violent that I was scared for my life, basically. So I tried to leave, and then I had to plan a few escape, and it just became worse and worse until one day he choked me in the car. He had smoked some joint.